The leadership of the country's two major political parties on Grand Bahama will take you inside those highly charged events. And residents rush to the hospital as a fire breaks out at a home in an upscale community.
This is the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition. Good evening, all. I'm Shashina Roll. As always, it is so great to have you with us. Topping news: the country's two major political parties activating their political machinery on Grand Bahama Friday night as they hosted events on this northern island. While the Free National Movement hosted a concert, the Progressive Liberal Party, led by the Prime Minister, the Right Honorable Perry Christie, headed into the House of God. John Davis Roll has our top story.
The governing Progressive Liberal Party came together in the House of God to seek the face of God.
There's no time to be playing. This is no time for games. We've come to church to say to our Lord, guide us, lead us, protect us, and show us the way.
Prayers and praise from local and international gospel artists filled the Jubilee Cathedral as scores of residents joined the Prime Minister, the Right Honorable Perry Christie, as he led the hierarchy of the PLP in a service of thanksgiving. In an unprecedented move, the government officially launched the election campaign in the northern Bahamas. The island of Grand Bahama, where a mixture of newcomers and veterans came together to make up the candidates to contest the upcoming general elections. From the Honorable Dr. Michael Darville for Pine Ridge, Julian Russell for Central Grand Bahama, Norris Bain for Marco City, Reverend Preston Cooper for East End, the Obadiah Hercules Walshcombe in West End, there was one message of hope and unity that resonated with the five men who say they've been called to serve. It was the nation's leader, though, the Prime Minister, the Right Honorable Perry Christie, that put it all in perspective, stating that there are no earthly plans that overrides the plan of God, hence the need to pause and give thanks.
They that wait upon the Lord will renew their strength. They will mount up, read it, with wings as eagles. They will run and not feel weary, and they'll walk and not faint. That is what you, as supporters of the Progressive Liberal Party, should be directing yourself to do now. Bringing new levels of energy to the cause of our party. Ensuring that our candidates do not shirk from the responsibility of working hard to win.
Reflecting on the party's track record, the nation's leader candidly spoke to their 5 years of governance, challenging the people of this country to hire the PLP for another 5 years.
We are going into this election as a party that has worked hard. A party that believes in supporting each other. If you need evidence of what we are capable of, I want to first tell you that we are working tirelessly to bring Freeport back, to take it to a position where Grand Bahama is grand. That's what we're trying to do. So we are talking with the Port Authority. We are talking with Hutchison Whampoa. We are talking with the person who wants to buy the hotels.
Delivering a stirring message was host Pastor Bishop Godfrey Williams, who reminded Bahamians not to forget the faithfulness of God as they seek to take this country to the next level.
Look back over your life and you think things over and you see where you could have been if it had not been for the Lord. So somebody rise up with an attitude of gratitude.
So long, bye-bye. So long, bye-bye.
Joan Davis Roll, ZNS Network News.
Well, the Free National Movement's campaign launch was held at a social affair convention center. Sabrina Brown has all the details.
Hundreds of Free National Movement supporters turned out for the official unveiling of the Grand Bahama Change Team. Deputy Leader Peter Turnquest for East Grand Bahama, Frederick McAlpine for Pine Ridge, Michael Pinchard for Marco City, Pakeisha Edgecombe will represent the party in West Grand Bahama and Bimini, and Iram Lewis in Central Grand Bahama. Party leader Dr. Hubert Minnis, delivering the keynote address, shared the FNM's plan to revive this island's economy. He says a Minnis-led government will introduce new and innovative business concepts to stimulate economic growth on Grand Bahama.
In conjunction with the University of the Bahamas, we will encourage the establishment of a technical and scientific research hub in Grand Bahama, similar to the renowned Silicon Valley in California. And yes, we will extend the course offerings at the northern campus of the university so that students will not have to travel to Nassau to complete their degrees.
Dr. Minnis says the FNM will also revive Grand Bahama's ailing tourism sector.
We have been sitting on an advantage in Grand Bahama that is envied across our region. This advantage is the possibilities of duty-free shopping. So under our administration, you will see an even greater increase in the number of trips that we will take with the private and public sector together to bring more industry to Grand Bahama in the same way that we were so successful in doing so before.
Sabrina Brown, ZNS Network News.
In other news, the government continuing with its mandate to more than double its investment in education. Here on Grand Bahama, the construction of a new multi-million-dollar educational facility is underway in the Western District. The minister responsible, the Honorable Jerome Fitzgerald, was on Grand Bahama today to tour and assess the progress to date. Another campaign promise fulfilled on Grand Bahama as a state-of-the-art multi-million-dollar school for the Western District is being constructed. On Monday morning, the Minister of Education, the Honorable Jerome Fitzgerald, took an extensive tour of the school while assessing the progress to date.
We were able to acquire 10 acres just to the west of us here, which we'll put a sporting facility here for the residents of West End and 8 Mile Rock. And so again, this will be an all-encompassing facility, state-of-the-art, and so again, we're just very, very excited to come here and to see the work that's progressing here.
Minister Fitzgerald noted that he is pleased with the level of workmanship, noting that the construction of the school has been a long time coming.
We're just happy now that we're able to follow through on that, acquire the land, finalize the plans to our specification and liking. And as you can see from a structural standpoint, a lot of thought had to go into it, particularly bearing in mind hurricane seasons here in Grand Bahama and the fact that it's low-lying. And so we had to ensure that the structure itself was high enough in order to be able to be occupied during hurricanes. But this would be a great addition for this community and for this part of Grand Bahama.
While construction crews were hard at work, Minister for Grand Bahama, Dr. Michael Darville, pointed out that with the construction of this new school comes an array of employment opportunities.
For this school, we anticipate the construction of the school, some 100 to 120 individuals will gain employment, and that can go on for a year, year and a half, and that's important because, you know, in the aftermath of Hurricane Matthew, we realized that our tourism sector did take a hit, but we have noticed an increase in the construction sector, some 25 to 35%.
Contractor and owner of Buckhouse Construction Company Limited, Lloyd Roll, says that the project is moving along quite smoothly, and he is confident that construction of the school will be completed on time.
The windows are compact, the doors are compact, high impact windows and doors here at the school. And as you notice, our heavy equipment are moving around and filling in the foundation as we speak. If you look at those tubes, they are now up to the first bell course, and so where you're standing, you actually under the foundation, because once it's filled in, you'll be way up 6 feet from where you're standing.
Stay with us, there's more news right after this.